Legendary actor Vincent Price is a horror movie icon whose career spanned over 5 decades and included more than 200 acting credits. While known more for his horror roles in movies and television shows, he also did serious dramas, comedies, did voices for cartoons, and much, much more. His talents were boundless. Price has received Grammy nominations, and his voice work on Michael Jackson's Thriller introduced him to an entirely new generation of fans. Interestingly, despite all his fame and long acting career, Price won more major awards based on the body of his work rather than individual roles. But despite starring in award-winning movies like The Ten Commandments, he never won an Oscar. I think Price's acting skills were actually underappreciated. In today's Old Dark Theater presentation, we'll be looking at Price's performances in his top 5 horror movies. In these movies, he played his role to perfection, in some cases despite things like minuscule budgets or tight shooting schedules. These are my 5 favorites. I always loved his silky smooth performances, either as the villain, the hero, or someone that fell in between. What are your top 5 choices? Now on with the show. At number 5, we have a mild surprise, The Tingler. I was actually tempted to put this at number 1, given the far-fetched plotline he had to work with and the rather silly monster he had to project as frightening. Price gives a truly underrated performance in a movie that might otherwise have been more comedy than drama.
That was a charming little scene out there.
Yes, wasn't it? Good night.
Love in bloom right on the sidewalk. Rather shop-worn though, isn't it?
Don't tell me you've abandoned corpses for peeping out of windows.
If there was anything honest about your behavior, I might feel differently, but there isn't.
Price even depicts the effects of LSD.
David, what does that stuff do to you?
Well, for one thing, nightmares. You're wide awake, but you're having nightmares.
Blurring of vision has been replaced by distinct rocking and tilting sensation. I don't seem to be tilting, but the room is, from side to side.
Price managed to make a very watchable movie that included a scene like this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not panic, but scream! Scream for your lives! The Tingler is loose in this theater, and if you don't scream, it may kill you. Scream! Scream! Keep screaming! Scream for your lives! It's here! It's over here!
Look out, it's under the seat!
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's under the seat!
the Tingler has been paralyzed by your screaming. There is no more danger. We will now resume the showing of the movie.
The Tingler was directed and produced by the legendary William Castle. Castle knew, even with Price's acting, he needed a good hook to draw in audiences. What he came up with was Percepto, a device installed in some of the theater seats that would buzz at key moments of the movie, and the audiences loved it. Directed by Roger Corman, The Mask of the Red Death, based on the Edgar Allan Poe story, gave Price the chance to showcase his acting skills. In this next set of scenes, watch Price's emotions change from room to room, his emotions reflected in the color of each room.
My father imprisoned a friend of his in this room for 3 years. When he was released, he could never again bear to look at the sun, or even a daffodil.
How cruel.
Cruel? It was simply a test to prove how easily a man's mind can be controlled and twisted. If a God of love and life ever did exist, he is long since dead. Someone, something rules in his place. No. No, that room is not open to you. Not yet.
What's in there? You look as though... Is there something to fear in that room?
For the uninvited, there is much to fear.
The Mask of the Red Death is definitely a movie you want to check out if you've not seen it before. It's a striking movie in so many ways.
Gifts for everyone. Diamonds, rubies, emeralds, pearls for my friends, for my guests. Look at them.
In a final collaboration with Corman, and in another adaptation of an Edgar Allan Poe short story, The Tomb of Ligeia is a great Gothic set piece and most memorable. Visually, the movie is striking, the dialogue is engaging, and Price gives a haunting performance as the tragic Verdun fell.
You aren't blind, are you?
No. No, I live at night. My vision is painfully acute. Oh, no. No, please. Please, that
Dear,
light.
I'm sorry.
So you murdered her after all?
Yes, she killed Rowena and I killed Ligeia.
But that's Rowena's body! It's Rowena!
But it was Ligeia. It was Ligeia. Yes, Christopher, take her and leave. Think me mad, think whatever you will, but leave this happy now.
The Tomb of Ligeia is a beautifully balanced movie and well worth a watch if you've not seen it before. Produced and directed by the always entertaining William Castle, The House on a Haunted Hill is another example of Price's great acting talent. This time as millionaire Frederick Loren, who's throwing an unusual party.
I'm Frederick Loren, and I've rented the house on Haunted Hill tonight so that my wife can give a party. A haunted house party. She's so amusing. There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited. If any of you will spend the next 12 hours in this house, I'll give you each $10,000, or your next of kin in case you don't survive.
While the movie doesn't have an overly complex plot, the ending is great.
Good night, Doctor. Good night, Annabelle. The crime you two planned was indeed perfect. Only the victim is alive and the murderers are not. It's a pity you didn't know when you started your game of murder that I was playing too.
It would not be a William Castle film without a gimmick. In this case, the film showcased Emergo. At the climax of the film, a skeleton on a zip line glided above the audience. In House of Wax, Price gives a chilling performance as Professor Gerard in this 1953 horror classic. His performance is a delightfully masterful combination of sinister and tragic elements, creating an unforgettable character.
Look at her eyes. They follow you wherever you go. She's very real to me.
No, her eyes do follow you.
And they're made of glass, more's the pity. The exact size and color of the original. They're inserted into the sockets from inside by way of the hollow neck before the head is attached to the body. Forgive me, my dear, for discussing your intimates.
The movie's climax is eye-opening.
Everything I ever loved has been taken away from me. Not you, my Marie Antoinette, for I will give you eternal life.
Well, that's it. That's my top 5. And here are some honorable mentions. To be honest, it was hard to pick just 5 when Price has so many amazing movies. What are your favorite Price movies? Let me know in the comments, and thanks. Keep watching the skies and stay tuned for more episodes.